Felt. I'm a cookbook author and cooking instructor, and I have lots of tips to make your cooking life a whole lot easier. Today we're going to look at a variety of different vegetables and how to get more or less the same size cut even though they're different shapes. I'm starting with the carrot. The first thing I'm doing here is cutting up a thin little slice so I can anchor the carrot and make it safe on the board. I'm also going to slice a little piece off here at the end so I could treat two parts differently. This first part, to get a ½ inch kind of slice, I'm cutting down the middle, and then I'm cutting again. So I'm dividing the vegetable into 4 pieces, and I'm cutting what is called a quarter moon cut. So this is how I get about a ½ inch slice here. And on this piece, since it's a little more tapered, I'm only going to cut it down the middle, and I'm going to get what is called a half moon. So same vegetable, but we have to treat the two different parts a little differently. I have a parsnip here, and I'm cutting it like the carrot. I'm cutting off a little piece here to anchor my parsnip to the board, and on this large piece, I'm cutting it into quarters, and then, so I'm cutting these into even quarter moon pieces. Then on this smaller piece, I'm just cutting it just right down the middle, and then notice I'm always putting flat side down, and I'm cutting these into half moons, but the size is basically the same. Now I have an oblong vegetable, a sweet potato. So I'm going to start the same way by anchoring my piece so that it is very stable on the board. And this one, to get the same size, I'm going to cut into slabs. I'm going to cut them into 3 pieces here. So now I've got these flat slabs that I can lay on the board, cut this into thirds, and then when I cut this into pieces, again, it's the same size. I can do 2 of these stacked. It's the same size as my parsnips and carrots. I have here a round vegetable, a turnip. I'm slicing off a piece so that, again, it stays anchored on the board, and I'm going to cut this one also into 3. It's kind of like a miniature version of the sweet potato, and then I'll cut each slab into 3 pieces. And on this one I have to decide, am I cutting it into thirds or half? So I'm getting the size that's closest to the other ones, and it's a third. This one, maybe since the end piece, I'm just cutting it into 2 pieces. This side I'm cutting into 3. The whole idea is that every vegetable you might have to treat a little differently, but they're basically round or oblong or tapered. And at the end, your vegetables end up being more or less the same size. With my vegetables more or less the same size, they'll cook evenly and they'll have a beautiful appearance. I'm going to show you a pencil cut. This is a great cut for tapered vegetables such as carrots and parsnips and daikons. I use it a lot for roasting and for stews. I'm starting with my knife on a 45-degree angle, and then I'm rolling the vegetable towards me, and I'm cutting it as if I were wielding a pencil. Okay, of course, I'm using a vegetable. So I'm turning it. Every time I cut, I'm making a cut. And as I get thicker, I am just turning it less. But I still get basically the same size cut, even though it's a slightly different shape. So it works well on tapered vegetables. But you'll also see right now that it will work even on the sweet potato. I'm just turning it less. So notice here, I'm just making a little turn, and I'm still getting these interesting angled cuts. They are going to be basically the same size as my parsnips and carrots. Look how nice these look.